Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Entitled Parents. Story 1. Idk, what to do or how to feel, please just give me opinions. So I'm a 23M and recently I decided that since I'm getting older I need to take more responsibility over my finances and do my own taxes. My mother has always done me taxes. So this tax season, maybe about 3 months ago, I told my mom that I was doing my own taxes. I didn't notice it then, but her mood and attitude shifted. So my good friend that's been doing her own taxes for a while helped me figure out my taxes using TurboTax, and it turned out I already had an account but under my mom's email for some reason. I text her and get the information to sign into it. Long story short, I wasn't getting as much as I had gotten the previous year. So out of curiosity I went and looked how much I had gotten and how it was possible for the previous year. That's when stuff didn't add up. I had received $3,500 back, but I knew my mom hadn't given me that much. She'd Cash App my taxes to me. I went through my Cash App and realized she'd only given me $2,000. My friend and I talked about different reasons why this could be possible. Maybe she used it for rent? Maybe she added my little sisters so that I could get more back? But no, of these were the case. Oh, and since my taxes went to get back account, then so did my stimulus checks. Every last one, and I had always wondered why I never received one. I haven't talked to her about BCZ. I unfortunately still live with her, but it's getting harder by the day to keep a straight face while she carries on like nothing is wrong, joking with me, smiling in my face, offering to do bullshit. I plan on moving out, but I don't want to make a decision out of emotions just yet. I need to save up more money and figure some other things out. Any input is greatly appreciated. Thanks for helping me see that I'm not alone in this. Story 2. Mother-in-law mad my son chose his prom over Mother's Day dinner. Entitled, mother-in-law is whining about my youngest son going to his senior prom over family Mother's Day dinner. Tries to explain that senior prom is once in a lifetime event and Mother's Day is every year. She is not having it and is complaining throughout dinner. Story 3. I live with a narcissist and I cannot do this anymore. PT2. Original post. Hi again. So I just wanted to update y'all on what happened. As part of her tantrum, she called me a liar for mentioning certain things, and I told her that I could swear on the Quran, we're Muslims, and if I'm lying may I perish, and she really said you're not afraid of death so you might as well go ahead. That statement stuck with me and is what I'd use once I cut her off. We did go and see the lawyer after she sent me money. In the eyes of the lawyer and in his presence, she acted all dandy and as if we were on good terms and chipped in when I was only speaking to the lawyer. We got a letter to send to my aunt in another city to confirm my dad is dead, and after my aunt signs it and we also sign, we will have a day in court where the probate is filed and then everything is finally in my name. The moment we left the place, she ignored my existence. She more or less snatched her bag from the floor when we left, so I couldn't even pretend to take it from her so she doesn't act a fool. She walked ahead of me while I walked behind her listening to music as we both headed to a place where we could get a bus home. She entered a restaurant to buy food and I followed her because she has this tendency to change the narrative and claim I didn't want to talk to her and ignored her if I had decided to actually leave and go my way. She bought food and ignored me while during our fight, I told her I hadn't eaten properly in about 3 days. I saw a friend in the restaurant and waited till she was near the door to say hi, as I knew that she would try to embarrass me if she knew I knew anyone there. True to my thoughts, as soon as I said hi and told the person I was leaving, she turned around and more or less yelled at me and asked why I was following her around. The restaurant was almost full and there were a lot of people there. As I didn't want any further embarrassment, I waved my friend goodbye and walked out of the restaurant while telling her that because I want to. She kept on repeating it on the road and I told her that the bus going towards my route would be the same one I'd meet while following this route. She proceeded to say why am I following and I don't respect, or something along those lines, as I didn't take her bag from her and I've made her hold all the bags she's holding. I reminded her of the fact that she more or less snatched the bag from the floor at the lawyer's office, so there's no way I was taking it from her, as it seemed as if she didn't want me to take it from her. Then she decided to keep reiterating why I'm following her, and I told her that it's because I don't want her to change the narrative. I told her I know she's gonna tell people that I offended her and refused to talk to her, and I'm the one sulking, and I just want her to know I'm not angry. I could care less about the situation. I'm perfectly fine and I don't mind speaking to her, but she's the one who doesn't want to speak to me. She can be mad all she wants, as that's on her, but I don't want her to go around telling people that I'm mad at her when I don't care. I kept on saying that I was perfectly fine and wasn't emotional about the situation, that's why I'm following her, so she knows that I don't care about it anymore and she's the one who wasn't speaking to me and not the other way around. She kept quiet and didn't utter a single word after that. She'd be sending the letter to my aunt somewhere this week, so hopefully I can update y'all if anything comes up and if we were able to finish the process. I don't think she knows that she has effectively pushed her only daughter away. I told my boyfriend about what happened and he said it could only mean one thing, that she was jealous of me and has been jealous since I was a kid and she used to berate my dad. He's not the only one who's told me that, and it just makes me sad. She doesn't know I have a boyfriend, as she's been trying to hint that she wants me to get married next year, and she's deathly serious and I'm in no way, shape, or form ready for marriage. She claims that she wants me to give birth and give my children to her to raise, and unless hell freezes over, that's not happening. TLDR, Mum tried to give me the silent treatment and tried to throw a tantrum in public after going to meet the lawyer, but I shut it down. Story 4. My mom kicked me out of the house over family drama that she and my sister started. A little background. My sister has always been more like my mom and I have always been more like my dad. I realize I have always been the golden child in my dad's eyes and it has made my sister jealous, but she never took it out on me until yesterday. My parents got divorced around 4 years ago, and up until now, none of our family arguments have gotten this intense. I'll keep it short because it's a really long story. Basically, yesterday my mom was talking to the neighbor and the topic of my dad's new girlfriend came up. My mom asked me if I had met her and I said yes, to which she responded by straight up asking me, "I'm prettier, right?" Now, the only reason I didn't respond with yes right away is because I was baffled that she would even ask me that. I then refused to respond because I didn't like being put on the spot like that. When I returned to the house of a family friend I'm currently house-sitting for, my sister texted me asking what was wrong with me and demanded to know why I said Dad's girlfriend was prettier than Mom, which I never even explicitly said. I tried to explain civilly but firmly that I was tired of being her and Mom's weasel and providing them with information about my father and his girlfriend. I also said I'm tired of being their scapegoat and getting blamed when things go awry. My sister got angry and responded by telling me things like "fuck you and knock yourself out, maybe you'll fall off your high horse." Then my mom came to the house, yes, she actually invaded my space again, and demanded to talk to me, called the fucking police on me, and ultimately decided she was going to kick me out of the house, shut off my phone service, and make me move in with my dad. My dad came over last night along with my aunt, his little sister, who's in town, and they brought me dinner and comforted me for a little while. Today I did some things to distract myself from the fact that my life is falling apart at the seams, but as of right now, it's putting me back in the same dark place I was last night. My mom is still keen on kicking me out, and I don't know how long it will take before she realizes, and admits, she was wrong for putting me in this position. I'm not holding my breath, because she's a bit of a narcissist and does not like to apologize for anything, even when it is undoubtedly her fault, and this time it certainly is. I just hope it doesn't get much worse from here. Disclaimer: I am 17 years old and just graduated high school. I start college in the fall. Second disclaimer: my dad and his girlfriend don't live together and as far as I know aren't planning on getting married, they just hang out often. Story 5. Emotional blackmail or normal occurrence, long. I am 17F, and my mother is 53F. I should point out that my mother is Asian, so parenting styles may be different to other mothers. For a long while, I've wrote off a lot of my mother's actions in belief that they are daily occurrences in other households, and that I'm the only one being unfair about it. This is partly because whenever my mother tries to justify her actions, she brings up that lots of other families have it way worse than us. However, I have now started to more closely observe her behaviors both past and current, and wanted to see if anyone could relate and tell me if what she did was normal or out of order. I am in charge of drying and putting away dishes after mealtimes, and my mother or father helps to wash. During this last month, I have been studying a lot because my mocks are coming up. Yesterday, I politely asked if I could be excused from doing the dishes to make some more progress on my studies. However, my mother immediately resorts to screaming at me and saying I don't need to do the dishes ever again and slams the kitchen door all in my face. She's always nagging me about studying more, so I'm not sure why she got upset at me. Another situation, this happened around when I was 6 or 7, I had refused to read the book from school. We were assigned to bring home a book for the week to read and write a mini report on, and stated I was too tired and wanted to do it in the morning. My mother had then got up and marched upstairs, shouting that I'm ungrateful, and when I started crying because she was shouting, she started crying and saying I wasn't allowed to cry because I made her upset. She then packed a bag and out on her coat and threatened to run away because of my behavior. I cried even more and did my best to block the door, and she wouldn't stop trying to leave until I got onto my knees and apologized. The next morning, she acted as if nothing had happened the night before, so I was even more confused if I had been in the right or the wrong. She gets mad very quickly, but I have learned to just stay in my room and only come downstairs when necessary, meals, going to school, etc. I don't understand why she acts like this, but I wanted to know if anyone has any similar experience with their mother/parents, and if I am being selfish or if she is being emotionally abusive. Story 6. My sister called me demanding I take my posts down. Now she's more upset than ever to know how far it's spread. Having a family that knows about your Reddit account has its disadvantages. Yesterday my sister called me after I got off work to ask me if. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.